Okay, so I just want to preface this by apologizing. I recorded this whole thing and then realized that my mic was muted on my computer. So we are going to do a voiceover, so if the words you're hearing are not reflecting the video itself and my lip movements, that is why. I apologize in advance. So let's get started. Okay, so apparently I owe you guys a lot of explanations. I was looking back at the channel recently and I realized there are so many things that I have never actually sat down and talked to you guys about. Like, for one, this channel used to be called Brooke's Animal Kingdom. And then somewhere along the way, everything changed. And apparently I never made a video explaining any of it. So today we are fixing that, because this is going to be one big Wheekful blessings catch up. So let's start with probably the biggest thing that I never officially announced. Wheekful blessings is officially a sanctuary. Yeah, I know, I probably should have made an entire video about just that, but somehow life kept happening, guinea pigs kept happening, medical emergencies kept happening, and before I knew it, I was like, oh. I never actually told anybody that this is officially a sanctuary now. And for those of you who are newer here, let me explain what that actually means. Wheekful Blessings isn't a traditional quote-unquote rescue where guinea pigs come in, we get them healthy, and then we find them another home. This is a lifetime sanctuary. The guinea pigs who come here are coming here because they need a permanent home. That could be because they're elderly, medically fragile, disabled, have ongoing medical needs, have a difficult history, or simply because they need a place where somebody is willing to say, you don't have to go anywhere. This is home. And that's really what Wheekful Blessings has become. These aren't temporary residents, they are family. And with that came a lot of changes. I had to really think about what kind of sanctuary I wanted this to be, what I could realistically handle, and how I could provide the best possible care for the guinea pigs already depending on me. Because sanctuary isn't just about taking animals in. It's about being able to keep caring for them for the rest of their lives and giving them their very best lives. And that brings us to some guinea pigs that I somehow never properly introduced to all of you. Winry, Rizze, and Asuna. Yes, these girls have been here, and I never did the proper intake videos, so let's fix that. Let's start with Winry. Winry came into Wheekful Blessings, and as always, I wanted to give her time to settle in, get comfortable, and really get to know her. But from the start, Winry kept me on my toes. She came with some pretty concerning health issues. We were dealing with some really crunchy breathing sounds, nasal discharge, difficulty with certain foods, and eventually significant weight loss, as well as sneezing and coughing. Now, to explain, she had this in her previous home, and her previous owner dismissed it as allergies. But any seasoned guinea pig owner will tell you, any changes in breathing should always be looked at by a vet and considered emergent. But when you're dealing with a guinea pig who is struggling to breathe and also struggling to maintain weight, that gets scary really quickly. Her health has definitely been one of the biggest concerns here recently. We've been working with her vet, monitoring her closely, and trying to figure out exactly what's going on and what we can do to help her. When I took her to the vet the first time, they did x-rays, they tried to listen to her heart and lungs, do all that stuff. They couldn't hear her heart because of how noisy her breathing was, but her x-rays did show some calcification in her lungs. Mainly her bronchioles are calcified, and this can be caused due to long-term improperly treated, untreated, or recurring upper respiratory symptoms and infections. And I'm not casting shade at her owner. Her owner did love her. She just didn't know the things that were needed to help her. And I want to be honest, about that because I don't want to sit here and pretend every update is going to be a happy one. Sometimes sanctuary life is medical appointments. Sometimes it's medication. Sometimes it's syringe feeding. Sometimes it's weighing a guinea pig over and over again, praying that number starts going back up. And sometimes it's having really difficult conversations about quality of life. Winry is still being monitored very closely, and we're doing everything we can for her. Now we have Rizze. Again, somehow no proper intake video. Rizze has been settling in and getting comfortable here, and I'm really enjoying getting to know her personality, because that's one of my favorite parts about bringing a guinea pig into the sanctuary. You don't always know who they really are when they first arrive. They're scared, they're adjusting, they're figuring out their surroundings. And then eventually you start seeing their little personality coming out. And And then there's Asuna, another guinea pig I somehow never properly introduced. Asuna has been settling in, and one of the biggest things we've been watching with her is how she's interacting with everybody. And that actually leads me into one of my favorite updates, bonding. Because Shakira, Calypso, and Asuna have been figuring out their relationships. And honestly, it's been really awesome to watch. Now, if you've been following Shakira for a while, you know she's 9 years old. She deals with severe arthritis in her hips and legs. She's got bone damage from bumblefoot infection that spread into her bones. And she has her large ovarian mass. She's a hospice girl. And because of all that, sometimes she moves differently. Sometimes she needs accommodations. Sometimes things that would be completely normal for another guinea pig are much harder for her. So watching her develop bonds with other guinea pigs is really special to me. Especially because I don't want Shakira's life to become nothing but medical care. Yes, she needs medications. Yes, she needs her feet cared for. Yes, she needs grooming. Yes, I have to pay attention to her mobility and make adjustments for her comfort. But she also needs to just be a guinea pig. She needs to eat. She needs to explore. She needs to have friends. She needs to make messes. She needs to do the things that make her happy. And apparently one of those things is dragging hay and bedding out of the litter area every time she goes in and out. Do I love cleaning it up? No. Am I going to stop her from doing it? Also no. Because the mess is a small price to pay for her comfort and happiness. And then we come to Calypso. Calypso is the real reason I bonded Asuna in. Because Shakira is 9 years old, she won't live forever as much as I would love for her to live forever. And when Shakira is gone, I don't want Calypso to be alone and sad. And that's how I ended up deciding to take Asuna from Rizze and Winry and bond her to Shakira and Calypso. Calypso has been a really important part of this whole bonding process, as she is the dominant pig. She's been doing a lot of rumbling, a lot of chasing, a lot of nipping, a lot of butt sniffing, a lot of humping, but that's normal. So I've just been watching them, letting them figure it out and make sure everybody is safe while they establish these relationships. And that's really the thing I want people to understand about Wheekful Blessings. This place isn't just about keeping guinea pigs alive. It's about giving them a life. There is a difference. Especially when you're caring for elderly, medically fragile, or guinea pigs with disabilities. Sometimes the goal isn't to make them exactly what they were before. Sometimes the goal is to meet them where they are now. If Shakira can't move like a younger guinea pig, then we make her environment work for Shakira. If Winry cannot eat foods like a normal guinea pig, then we make it work for Winry. We cut her veggies up smaller. We get softer hay. If Shakira needs things positioned differently, we position them differently. If they make a mess because they want to get in and out of the litter box independently, can I clean up the mess? Because they are still allowed to have choices, and they are still, at the end of the day, just guinea pigs wanting to be guinea pigs. And when you look at everything that's happened, I think that's probably the biggest change from where this channel started. It started as me sharing my animals and my life with them, with all of you. But Wheekful Blessings has become something so much bigger. It became a mission, a place where guinea pigs who might otherwise have nowhere else to go can have a permanent home. And I'm incredibly proud of that. I'm also exhausted, let's be honest, because sanctuary is a lot of work. It's cleaning, it's feeding, it's grooming, it's laundry, it's medication, it's vet appointments, it's weighing guinea pigs, it's buying vegetables, it's buying hay, it's worrying, it's celebrating when someone gains 10 grams, it's panicking when somebody loses 50, it's crying when things don't go well, and it's celebrating when the tiny victories that other people might not even understand. But it's worth it. So that's where we're at. We have Winry, who is still being closely monitored because of her health. We have Rizze settling in. We have Asuna becoming part of a 3-pig herd. We have Calypso and Shakira continuing to build relationships. And we have Shakira doing what Shakira does best, which is apparently making me clean up after her. And somewhere in all of that chaos, Wheekful Blessings officially became a sanctuary. So if you've been here since the Brooke's Animal Kingdom days, or even the Amethyst's herd days, thank you. And if you're new here, welcome to the chaos. Welcome to Wheekful Blessings, where every week matters.